When we do skill groups, we talk about mindfulness and ways to be mindful.
In skill groups, we're learning about how the brain works and how to set our thoughts and emotions.
Up go your shoulders. That's one. Do you want to rest for a second and then do two? Okay. And then that's two.
Mindfulness to me is paying attention to the present moment. Don't think about the past, the future, and you just think about what you're doing right now.
Well, mindfulness is when you're listening very carefully and watching very carefully, so you're very focused. When we do skill groups, we have the singing bowl, and we use that to clear our minds.
It's basically a bowl that monks use for meditation. On the sides, on the top, you start doing this, and it makes a really nice and calming noise. I just focus on nothing other than what my head is imaging, and there was one time where it felt like I was literally just slowly going into water.
We made mind jars to show how our brains are swirling around with a million thoughts. This is a mind jar. It's like a snow globe. It shows how our thoughts and emotions are swirling around and how they settle down.
When all your thoughts are swirling around in your head, you kind of just have to take a minute to focus on your breathing and give your brain a chance to just settle down.
And when we inhale, do you remember what happens with your shoulders?
When I do that, you feel not stressed out anymore, and you calm down. I'm thinking about my parents when I go out, and I'm thinking hugging, and then when I go out, I'm hugging them back.
When I use mindfulness in Kids for Harmony, when we play music, I forget about everything else that's going on in my mind, and then I just focus on what's going on right now and around me.
Every other person is playing their viola or violin, and sometimes it gets really hard to focus on only my cello. It sometimes gets hard, but yet mindfulness really helps me.
Mindfulness helps me in Kids for Harmony because the more you practice mindfulness, the easier it gets.
It's hard to learn a new instrument at first, but in skill groups, we learn that if you keep on trying, it gets easier and easier. Yeah. If I keep on trying, I make these connections, and if I keep on trying again, I make these connections, and if I keep on trying, I make these connections. And if you keep on trying, you make all these connections, and it's easier to learn and do more things.
I thought you were doing the pickup.
Oh!
Yeah.
You're rolling. Mm-hmm. Ready. Go ahead.
Take it away.
Here's a slate. Yep. You guys good?
Rolling. working on the Mendelssohn Violin Concerto in E minor.
The piece that I'm working on with Elham is the Brahms Cello Sonata in E minor, and I'm going to be playing the first movement.
I've been practicing the Lalo Symphony Español.
So I have been rehearsing the Bruch Violin Concerto No. 1 with Elham.
So this is doing. That's where the slide is. Do you mind going for that? Sure, yeah. And 3 and 4 and.
Rehearsing with Elham is different than my regular lessons because I get to hear the other parts to the piece live rather than just rests.
Yeah, and that's for the second page.
And that's really helpful to me because I get to know my cues and hear the other parts that shape the rest of the piece and the phrases.
Yeah, I feel like it's more fulfilled, if that makes sense. It kind of gives you more energy to play the piece, because when you're doing it by yourself, there's a part missing. But with the accompaniment, you just the puzzle's complete, basically.
I would say rehearsing with a pianist is really interesting. It's a lot more teamwork and a lot more, I guess, patience within myself and working with one person. Even though I'm the soloist, I don't have the melody the whole time, and Elham could be having the melody, and I need to learn how to balance my playing. If it requires I play under him, or I'm just playing syncopation or rhythm or something, I'm not only I guess worried about myself and what I'm playing. I'm trying to actively listen.
It's very different being the soloist with an accompanist. I've learned that I have to be very, very certain in my part and very confident. And it's a different kind of confidence because I can't blend. I have to stick out now.
You gotta really pay attention, really focus on what you're doing and what part comes in at a certain time. When you're in a lesson with an accompanist, you gotta pay attention to where he comes in at certain parts and where I come in at certain parts, and you gotta really know the piece.
One thing that I learned from Elham is to be more flexible and not being afraid of having a variety of tempos within certain sections. He said, it's okay to slow down in certain parts and really be more expressive with the tempos.
Can you try for my trill? Just put that.
Which trill? Oh yeah, sure. Do you want to go from the measure or just that trill?
I remember the first day that he came to Kids for Harmony, he shared his story about growing up in Afghanistan, and I remember he said something along the lines of the school where he was learning only had one piano, and so everybody had to stay in a line or wait to use it to practice, something along those lines. And so that really made me realize how grateful I should be that I have the opportunity to have a violin that I don't have to share with other people, or I can practice it whenever I want. So I definitely learned to be more grateful and not take for granted the instruments and the resources that I have in order to play my music.
It's just really cool to experience. I'm glad to experience with such a talented pianist as Elham.
Good evening. Welcome to our special virtual encore screening of the Kids for Harmony 10th anniversary celebration. I want to start our evening with a round of thanks. My first, broadest thank you is a thank you to all of you for making this 10th anniversary possible. Thank you for believing in our groundbreaking program for a decade. Thank you for understanding that youth development and youth empowerment occur through music education. Thank you for knowing that talent is distributed evenly while opportunity may not be. And thank you for continuing your support into this next decade when we have bold plans to expand our program capacity by adding more Kids for Harmony teaching staff, launching new classes of beginners, and offering additional hours of instruction in North Adams and in Pittsfield. A special and targeted thank you to the parents and siblings for the love and support you provide our young musicians. And thank you again, parents and siblings, for allowing us to become part of your family, too. Thank you to all the staff and volunteers who came together to make this celebration special. I'd like to express gratitude to our past, present, and future artistic directors who have shaped this program, with a particular thank you to Courtney Clark, who, after 8 years at the helm of the program, will be succeeded by Sean Elligers. The gala performance and our students' bright futures are a testament to Courtney's dedication and support. And a final, special thanks to our gala committee and its chairs, Dottie Weber and Ken Stark, to our Kids for Harmony Advisory Board, led by Dottie Weber and Linda Conway, and also to our 18 Degrees Board members, to our 10th anniversary leaders, Phil and Kathleen McKnight, to our 10th anniversary sponsor, the GRU Fund, and to all our virtuosos, our concert masters, our principals, our leaders, and our friends, whose names you'll see throughout the evening. This gala is the single largest fundraiser for Kids for Harmony. As you watch the talented musicians on screen, I hope you will consider becoming one of our generous supporters by making a gift to Kids for Harmony tonight. Jose Antonio Abreu, the founder of the El Sistema program in Venezuela, said, "An orchestra means joy, motivation, teamwork, and success. It is a big family dedicated to harmony." Welcome to our Kids for Harmony family. If you have been a supporter since the beginning or are just joining us for the first time tonight, we're so glad you're here. Without further ado, I'll turn the evening over to the best possible ambassadors for Kids for Harmony, our young musicians. Enjoy.
This gala is important because this gives us an opportunity to play at a professional area and to actually have a level of professionalism that we don't have in other spaces. It's very nerve-wracking because you know that everybody's gonna look at you, but then you kind of feel like, wow, no one's really gonna hear me that much. So that's how I really feel. I'm feeling nervous and scared at the same time.
Last few bars, can we kind of go crazy? Like crazy, crazy, crazy. Not too serious. Instead of the longer side, right?
You know I'm recording right now?
You can record. You're recording.
I think Kids for Harmony has given me this path of what I want to do, of what I want to give back to the community.
My time in Kids for Harmony, especially as a mentor, really set me down this path of wanting to be a music educator, because starting mentoring at Kids for Harmony in a space where I have resources as a teacher and can ask my private instructors about like how they would go about teaching a student things, like has given me a lot of tools that I still use.
I'm very proud of myself because I actually made it to another level. I've been able to play harder songs, and I've been able to really push myself more to work harder so that one day I can really be a very good violinist.
Definitely my first impression was, what did I get myself into? Because I really had never played an instrument before, so I really didn't know what I was actually getting myself into. And now that I just think about it, it's kind of cool that I even took a chance. I didn't even think I was gonna even play any instruments, so I actually took a chance, and now I'm playing the cello.
Kids for Harmony is my basis. If I hadn't joined Kids for Harmony, I wouldn't be going to college for what I'm going for. I wouldn't be playing the violin, I wouldn't be doing whatever I can because of the opportunities I've been able to have through this program. I always think about this, but I don't know where I'd be. And I don't know if I would be able to go to college for something else. I don't know.
One of my proudest moments was composing my first song. With everyone saying all the good things, it was very overwhelming, but it was very nice to hear all the good things people were saying.
I got to see people looking at me and hearing them clap, and it was just kind of a really proud moment because I knew that a little bit of that clapping was for me.
One of my proudest moments here would be when my first ever symphony was being played by the Laundry Symphony Orchestra. When I was first hearing it, I was really proud of what I wrote and how people interpreted that. Kids for Harmony has also led me onto that path where I want to give back to the community what they have given me.
Kids for Harmony helped me get where I am because I used to not be the greatest student and not listen, and my teachers taught me discipline, and also that if I were to ask, someone would be willing to help me get to where I want to be.
Kids for Harmony is a great program. It really taught me my love for music, I guess, and it taught me how much I really love music. If I were to talk to myself back when I started Kids for Harmony and now and tell them you would be pretty good at the violin, I would not believe myself. I would not believe myself at all.
I'm looking forward to being part of the orchestra kids, being able to play faster songs, maybe probably be able to teach here someday.
My proudest moment, I guess, would be watching everybody grow with each other. It's not just me. I remember we were playing Nimrod, the feeling of the piece and the feeling of being there and feeling that music. Every time I think about it, I get teary because it was such an amazing moment.
Being in the moment with you guys and having all those special little moments that are ours over the past 10 years, it's been pretty cool. So you guys are pretty nice. From amazing mentors to crazy energy funneling into the music and just living in the moment. I think, you guys are great.
Thanks, Miss Alicia.
I remember in BCC when everybody was clapping my son. I was like, oh my God, my son is so capable of do beautiful stuff. We hear it, my husband and I, and we just see each other and we start to cry.
I always love music, but for them to really like it, it's amazing. And I can't be any more proud to have these two beautiful girls.
A sacar ese momento de calidad de vida con ella, a abrir el espacio, nuevamente sin importar el trabajo, no entrar en ese rol de trabajar y trabajar, sino también tener ese espacio. Entonces nos unió mucho como familia, nos enriqueció y nos enseñó que cuando tú das, recibes y también en un momento debes contribuir.
When she's in her room, we scream up and we want her to open the door so we can listen more. And it's just amazing, how she's so into it.
For her to learn something new and especially so big, that's a big instrument.
it's just been so proud. I'm just very proud of her, everything she does.
Yeah, it's helped us a lot. I mean, like I said, it brought us together, schooling-wise, like, you know, education-wise. It helped them out as well. Layla was okay in school, and then when she joined up with Kids for Harmony, I mean, she just skyrocketed. Nicolina as well. It's helped us. This has helped them a lot, I believe, this program.
I think Kids for Harmony enrich our life really in an amazing way. They have like dreams. They can dream, and they can dream, and they can make their dreams real.
Welcome, everyone. What a delight to be here. I hope you do pardon me. I had a printer error today, so I'm going to put on my glasses and read off my phone. So, pardon. I'm Buffy Lord. I'm the chair of the board of directors for 18 Degrees. While it may be the 10th anniversary of Kids for Harmony, 18 Degrees has actually been around for a long time. As an agency, we can trace our roots back to 1887, which means that we're actually 50 years older than Tanglewood. 50 years, which is amazing. In our 135-year history, our agency has been dedicated to promoting the growth and well-being of children, young people, and families. We have made and continue to make a difference in the communities we serve by ensuring that every child is in a family and every family is in a community. Yes, clap for that. The core of who we are as an agency, and one of the organizational principles of Kids for Harmony, is the recognition of the possibilities in each and every new day and in each and every one of the people that we serve. There are a couple of very special beginnings for our Kids for Harmony participants. The first days of the new school year at Brayton and Morningside, which, as you heard, this year we are opening both at the same time, which is huge. The stringed instrument petting zoo, where the students get to select their instruments. And our families, and of course, their very first concerts. I do hope beyond this that you come to our community concerts. Today, we have the honor of witnessing the power of possibilities. Each of the talented performers that you will see tonight started the program by their third grade, some as early as kindergarten. They greeted the new day with passion, commitment, and hard work, and have achieved success through their hard work coupled with your support, your belief, and your understanding that when opportunities are plentiful, our community is stronger. The best youth development programs have a number of things in common. They start early, they have meaningful time commitments and high expectations. They offer leadership opportunities that acknowledge our young people's capabilities, and they build connections between participants and the wider community while including their families. Kids for Harmony ticks each one of those boxes. Over the last 10 years, 18 Degrees has built a best-in-class El Sistema-inspired program right here in the Berkshires, and we are so glad to share our music with the world. I want to extend thanks to those who are helping us share the music tonight, including our event sponsors, our Kids for Harmony Gala Committee, our advisory committee, our guest musicians and other volunteers, our 18 Degrees staff, and my fellow board members. Finally, I want to thank each of our student musicians and their families. You are why we are here. Thank you again for coming tonight, and I do hope you enjoy the music.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Sean Elligers. I'm the new artistic director of Kids for Harmony, and I've been part of the program for 7 years now. It is my pleasure to introduce to you our two teaching assistants that we've had for the past year, Heather Cruz and Layla Paredes. Yeah. This will be Heather and Layla's final gala with Kids for Harmony, at least as high school students. Layla just graduated high school, and in the fall she'll be attending UMass Amherst to study violin performance. Heather, yeah. I'm talking about you, so you might as well just step up here and just do this, yeah. Heather hasn't graduated yet. Heather. Layla, Heather. Tango. Heather hasn't graduated high school yet. However, in the fall, she will begin studying in Tanzania to work towards her international baccalaureate diploma. So Heather and Layla have been members of Kids for Harmony for 10 years, and we've invited them to tell you more about their growth through the program. From their earliest memories at Kids for Harmony to learning about how to be mentors for their peers and younger musicians, and how that mentorship ultimately led to their employment, becoming members of the Kids for Harmony teaching staff. I'm so thrilled for them, and if you don't know them yet, I'm thrilled to introduce you to Heather Cruz and Layla Paredes.
I remember my first concert at Kids for Harmony. It was in the Morningside Gymnasium. I was looking at the rows of orange and green chairs with my mom and dad seated, excited to see me. They kept giving me a thumbs up, and they told me I was doing great.
So, the first experience I remember at Kids for Harmony is actually the fact that I didn't even choose to play the cello. The program needed cellists at the time, and since I didn't have any idea as to what I wanted to play, they encouraged me to pick the cello, and I stuck with it. I didn't know at the time, but that was probably the best decision of my life, and it changed everything for me.
When I was around the age of 12, Miss Courtney and Miss Alicia introduced me to mentoring. When I first started mentoring, I would sit in a class of younger students and support either Miss Courtney or Jorge by fixing posture and pointing to the music. To be honest, at first, it felt like a chore. I didn't really like it, and the more I did it, the more I saw the students grow, and the more I loved it. And more recently, I've been able to help my peers and younger students in Pittsfield and North Adams. I've started teaching my own lessons and planning the lessons for the students around what I want them to focus on and what they want to improve on. Sometimes I just help them with their music, other times I teach them music theory. As a teaching assistant, I love now that I lead the classes and help the students develop as people and musicians.
Being a teaching assistant at Kids for Harmony is an amazing opportunity. It gives me the chance to have real hands-on experience as a teacher, and it gives me the chance to explore the possibility of music education and teaching cello as something I would want to pursue in the long run. For me personally, the bonds that I have built with the students have been the best part about being a teaching assistant. I've also found that my teaching style has encouraged me to use skills like collaboration and flexibility and much more into my personal life.
Kids for Harmony has sent me on a journey I wouldn't have gotten anywhere else. I've been able to start from scratch. They put a violin in my hand, and I begin my time at UMass Amherst with a major in violin performance. That way I can continue my path as a professional. So many doors have opened to me through this program. The teachers at Kids for Harmony have pushed me to take every opportunity given to me and also pushed me in my playing. All of the lessons they have taught me on the violin are applicable to my life, balancing work, school, practicing, sports, and my social life. I've learned how to develop healthy work relationships and friendships. They have helped me mature and become the adult I am today.
Kids for Harmony has been a part of the building blocks as to who I am today. It has been a decade since I've joined Kids for Harmony, and boy, can I just say, thank you. Thank you to the teachers, Jorge, Mr. Sean, Miss Courtney, Miss Alicia, Ignacy, the list goes on. Thank you for taking care of me and being a big part of my growing as a person. Kids for Harmony has seen it all, from the age where my mom would dress me to the scariest stage of all, being a teenager. Which, by the way, I am still in that process currently. So, this program has not only given me the fundamentals on how to be a good musician, but it has played a role in my upbringing as a human being. From being a leader to being a good collaborator, Kids for Harmony has always been the foundation for my success in any area of my life. The biggest way Kids for Harmony has supported me in my development as a musician and person is my connection to the other students. The relationships that I have built with these students will last a lifetime. Whether it be as a teacher or a student, I couldn't be more grateful towards Kids for Harmony and how it has brought all of us together.
Thank you so much. Now here's the Elaine P. Bernstein Ensemble.
Good evening. What a thrill to be addressing you from this stage at this beautiful spot, celebrating this marvelous performance and this exceptional program. I'm Sarah Cook, the president and CEO of 18 Degrees. And let me ad-lib for a moment and express to you what we all must be feeling on a night like tonight, when it's cold and rainy, when the world is starting to open up again, when things feel a little uncertain and often upside down. What a moving and centering time to listen to our young musicians in this meditation on beauty and goodness that they have just offered to us. Thank you. I'm also delighted to be your final speaker tonight. And I'm glad to introduce our guest artist, Jia Sun, who has gracefully stepped in after Emmanuel Axe had to withdraw. Tonight, as you've seen, it's a celebration of our program, our progress, and most of our musicians. And how wonderful that we can finally be here doing this together in person. You will read in our printed guide to tonight how special each of our students is and how their proudest moments and favorite memories from Kids for Harmony create a constellation of achievement. From cherishing time to one another, to celebrating their own accomplishments alongside their peers, to playing and composing beautiful music, our Kids for Harmony students are our best spokespeople. Who can convey better than who can convey better than I can the importance and relevance of this program year after year after year. Thank you. In this same program, you'll read a wonderful retelling of the history of Kids for Harmony's 10 years. I hope you'll take the program with you and study it carefully and acknowledge those people in the audience who have played such an important part in developing, designing, and launching Kids for Harmony. You heard earlier from Buffy how important opportunity is. And of course, as we've discussed, we all know that talent is distributed evenly, whereas opportunity often is not. And so, tonight I call on you, our supporters, our friends, our accomplices, to help us continue this decade of excellence, to create choices and chances, and to continue to support our work and these musicians. As we listen to this last performance tonight, I hope you are inspired to continue to give generously so that we can be back in another decade and celebrate all that we have done together. And so, with one more thank you to you for your attendance tonight, I am so pleased to introduce our Elaine P. Bernstein Ensemble, accompanied by Jianyun Sun, to perform Movement 3 of Mozart's Piano Concerto No. 20 in D minor. Have a wonderful evening and enjoy.
I think this picture.
Yeah, what's going on in that photo?
So in this picture, this is the first time my piece that I've composed was ever performed, the first time ever. It was amazing. It was my piece, Tango for Strings.
I have this one in my Facebook page. I think this one is like 2 years, something like that, from when he starts. And he was able to do at least, noises. For me, it was something amazing. And he was saying, no, it's not this, mommy. I'm just starting. But it was awesome for me.
This was the national anthem at the Boston Celtics game. That was a proud moment, real nice time.
Look.
Why do she keeps trying to open it like it's a
I know, I keep trying to enhance the photo. I'm like,
she keeps going like this in the photo like it's a telephone.
Can we keep these photos?
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah, this is way back.
Oh my god.
Dang it. Oh my god.
So that was our first time ever visiting Tanglewood. I think you were probably 7 years old in that picture, right? And you were probably 8.